talk about individual accomplishments for yourself, and you've enumerated for us the reasons why, because it takes, a staff of coaches, and you need to have top-level talent to do the kind of things that you've done. But, this matters to fans who are fans of yours. This round number milestone win that you're coming up on. Why do you not like to talk about that stuff?
I mean, I just choose not to. I worked for a guy, a couple guys, but Skip Prosser, I think, put it really well. He just talked about how it was about the players. And, even when I played for Coach Gillen, who, I respected the heck out of, I felt like it was our team in the locker room. I felt like it was guys like Jamie Gladden, Aaron Williams, Brian Grant that got the rebounds, that made the shots. And, it hasn't changed now that I wear a suit and tie on the sideline. I have a tremendous responsibility. I feel pressure to make sure that every day I'm prepared, our team's prepared. But ultimately, those guys on the floor are the ones that win the game, lose the game, make the shot, miss the shot, grab the rebound. So it's not what I'm about, and it's about it.
Yeah. The so-called bottom of the conference had there were no losing teams record-wise in the Big East in non-conference play. DePaul was part of that. Do you see an improvement year over year?
Yeah, I mean, I think DePaul has a totally new vibe than they've had in the past. They added some experienced transfers, guys that are able to compete every single night in this league. Some of the better players. I mean, Max Strus almost gets a triple-double. Against Villanova. He's a guy that we recruited really hard. Chose DePaul. I think Marich inside is very, very skilled. He can go either shoulder. He's big. He's a Big East front court player. Eli Kane is playing a little bit out of position, but I know how talented, and we know how talented he is. He gives them great size and versatility at the point guard position. So they're playing with a lot more energy than I've ever seen. I give Coach Lato a tremendous, I don't say accomplishment, but he's really changed their culture. Guys are playing with a ton of energy. They're taking charges. They're defending at a much higher level. They're one of the best teams on the glass. So our players are well aware of that.
Coach, what do you like most about how your team's playing right now?
I think we're playing the right way on offense. I think guys understand their role and what they bring to the table offensively. I think we're getting better defensively. Marquette was an unbelievable challenge. They're going to stretch a lot of teams out. And our team our team's very coachable, very coachable. When you can tell your best player, hey, let the game come to you, and he's not rolling his eyes, he's not checking the score, the stat sheet at the end of the game. And that's hard for some 21 and 22-year-olds to do. But, our seniors are leaders. They lead by example. They're also vocal when they need to be. They're about the right things. And I think that just sort of gets infused in the rest of the group. And we've got to keep that going. We've got to continue to improve as the year plays out and we face some adversity, which every team in the country is going to face. So we went through a little bit with the injuries, but there's more to come, and we got to be able to be a together group when that comes.
Foul shooting last year, Chris, at times kind of took center stage as something that was a pressing issue for you guys. Being as good of a foul shooting team as you are right now, can you just explain how that changes the complexion of a game? Say over like the last couple, it kind of shortens the game, doesn't it?
Yeah, I just think it's about experience. Guys have been on the floor, in big moments, big games. They've hit free throws. They've gained confidence. And so for me as a coach, we always want to be a team that aspires to get to the free throw line, more than our opponent, put fouls, put them in uncomfortable situations, bring guys off the bench that aren't playing heavy minutes, change the game a little bit at Marquette when Rousey and Howard had to go out. So we want to be able to always do that. You can't necessarily game plan for it, but you can build your offense around it. You can be a team that wants to get the ball inside in the lane, post-ups, drives, offensive rebounds. And when you have guys that make free throws, you can end games. You know, you're up 3 with 21 seconds left, and going up 5 is a big difference. You know, going from 6 to 7 is a big difference. And it's nice to see that our guys have the composure and the confidence right now when they go to the line.
Speaking of Marquette, is there anything that you saw in watching that game over the last 36 hours that maybe you missed at first glance during the game? Any big takeaways? Maybe your final verdict on the performance?
No, I thought our zone was really effective. You know, the points per possession didn't really bear that out because we couldn't get any defensive rebounds. And, you know, that's been a huge emphasis here the last couple of days as we face one of the best rebounding teams in our league. But, you know, first shot defense was pretty daggone good, and we were where we needed to be. But you got to end the possession, and we had to learn that the hard way, and hopefully we improve on it the next time.
You know, in college basketball, especially with the development of first-year players, we see first-year players, you know, scoring 20 points all the time. Guys go to first round of the NBA. You don't see a lot of guys kind of getting the assignment that Najee had the other night as a freshman. He was on Rousey a lot. He's the top of his own. What is it about him that kind of gives you the confidence to give him that kind of assignment?
He's unique. I mean, he's very quick. He's 6'7". He anticipates extremely well. He has a high motor. He relishes the challenge of guarding the other team's best player. He's done it multiple occasions, and we haven't necessarily had that the last couple years to this level. I thought Malcolm was a really good defender, but Najee's different, and we're going to put him on at times the other team's best player because he plays with a ton of energy. It's hard to be a mismatch against him because he can defend inside, he can go outside, he can move his feet, he can use his length. And every game that goes by and he guards a huge challenge, he gets better because of it. And, you know, we're very fortunate to have Najee on our team, and, you know, he's going to continue to improve.
Is that unique to have a first-year guy with that kind of role defensively?
I think a guy that relishes it, yes and no. He just, you know, Paul's that way too. You know, Paul's a really good defender, and you know, the more he gets out there along with Naj, like, we become a different team defensively. Now offensively, we're probably not as confident and as polished as we would be with, say, Trey and JP, but that right now isn't their strength, and I love the fact that our guys play to their roles. I think that's one of the most important things that you can have for a team is to understand, like, hey, this is what I bring to the team the best, and if I do that, our team's at its best. And I think we sort of have that, and hopefully we can continue to have that.
Chris, do you try to, you know, Marquette, obviously there's not a lot you have to say to your guys probably to get them up for that game. DePaul is, from our side, a less heralded Big East program. How do you? Well,
I don't worry about your side. You know, I don't.
But our side can creep in with.
It tries. It really tries. It tries. But you know, we don't pay it any attention. You know, if we don't defend our home court versus anyone in this league, then we don't have a chance at winning the league. And our players have to recognize that. And as good as we felt in the Marquette locker room, will be as bad as we feel in the Xavier locker room on Saturday. So the only thing we concern ourselves with is what we have to do to beat DePaul, and everybody else can analyze the game and predict all the things that need to happen. We just got to get ready to play.
Health-wise, you guys are generally...
Yeah, my knees bother me a little bit, but other than that, we're good.